Welcome back to my next video on Vedic astrology. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the effects of the sun if it happens to be in your fourth house. And I'm going to refer only to the Bhava chart. It does not mean that you can do away with the Rashi chart, because the Rashi chart is actually the main chart. The Rashi chart lets you know if the sun is exalted or debilitated, or its own house, in its friend's house or enemy's house. All this is to be known only from the Rashi chart. So let's move on to the green board.
This video is about the sun in the fourth house. But it's not as simple as that, because there are 12 possibilities for the sun to be in your fourth house. You may have the ascendant over here in Mesha Lagna or Aries ascendant, and then the sun here. This is the fourth house sun. Same way, if you change the Lagna to Taurus or Rishabha Lagna, if you shift the sun to this house, it is also the fourth house. The other options are ascendant being in Gemini and the sun being in Virgo, and so on. Whenever we read the positions of planets, it's better to see only the Bhava chart. This is also a fourth house sun. You count from the ascendant always and move clockwise. Ascendant is 1, the next house is 2, 3 and 4. So this is how you do it. And the last possibility is Meena Lagna or Pisces ascendant with sun over here. Each time the sun is in a different place, he is looked upon by someone else and he is with someone else, and all these permutation combinations make astrology a very difficult science, like the game of chess. You simply can't master chess by reading even 1,000 books. It's only you will have to do a lot of practice, a lot of homework, preparation and all that. Only then you can become a good chess player. The same way, you cannot become an astrologer just by buying a book and reading, I know what the sun in the fourth house means. I'll be referring mostly to Bhrigu Sutra, where Sage Bhrigu goes beyond the normal method of reading the effects of planets in various houses. Angahinaha or Hinangaha. So if the sun is in the fourth house, the native will have defective limbs. Here he is not specific about which limb, leg or hand or eyes or something. There is some problem with his body. At least one organ is damaged. He will be proud, ahankari, jana virodhi, not liked by his public, or he doesn't like the public. Ushna dehi, hot constitution. Maybe he is speaking about pitta. In Ayurveda there is the kapha, pitta and vata. In the 32nd year of his life, he will get congenial environments. You find this repeatedly, this method being used by Sage Bhrigu, where irrespective of the Dasha Bhukti or Dasha and Antardasha the person is going through on the 32nd year of his life, despite that, he says that because the sun is in the fourth house, his luck will change and he will start getting into congenial environments. He will then become respected and successful, attain knowledge and high position, and will become very courageous. But in general, he says that this person is likely to have a lot of struggle in the matters of finance. If the Lord of the fourth house, here he starts with the conditions apply. If the Lord of the fourth house is strong by being exalted, or is in his own sign and is posited in quadrant, Kendra or trine. Quadrant means 1, 4, 7, 10. Kendra means 1, 4, 7, 10. And Trikona or trine means 5 and 9. He will acquire high class conveyances. Here he is speaking about conveyance because the fourth house is related to our vehicles, our comforts, our home. So when he says that conveyances, you can also use the same rule for luck in houses also. If the Lord of the fourth is associated, let's do an example. So if the ascendant is here, and then let's say sun is over here. Already sun is in a good mood because sun is exalted in Aries, and in the Bhava chart also, if the sun is in the fourth house. In this case, find out who's the Lord of the fourth house. It's obviously Mars. If you don't know how to find the lords of the houses, I've done a video on this, the lords of 12 houses. Please watch that video and get back to this video. So Mars is the owner of this sign, or the fourth house. So if Mars is here exalted, or maybe here, or maybe not here because it's not so good being here, but if it is here, or maybe in the 5th house or the 9th house, so 5th, this is possible, or the 9th bhava. In all these cases, he says this sun would do extremely well for the person. If the Lord of the fourth is associated with or aspected by a malefic or is placed in a bad house, maybe 3, 6, 8 and 12, the native will have to do with low type of conveyances. He's not negating conveyances, but he says some not of good quality, maybe second hand. He will have no land of his own and may have to live in the homes of other people, maybe rented apartments. All this is possible if the fourth lord is badly placed. Let's do an example. Let's say ascendant is here, and I'm picking up the worst possibility where the sun is already in a bad mood. Here he is Nietzsche, and the owner of this sign is Venus. And if Venus was here, this sun would not be able to do so much damage. But on the other hand, if Venus is here in the 8th house, or maybe here, or here would be very bad because Venus is debilitated here. So in any of these houses, the effect of the sun being in the 4th house, the negative side of that would automatically manifest in the person's life. Now let's have a look at the opinion of other classical textbooks. Brihad Jataka by Sri Varahamira. The person concerned will have no happiness and will be troubled in mind. All this is basically because the 4th house is domestic happiness, and since we spend our happy moments usually at home and not in our office, very rarely that happens unless you have found the best job on earth. Otherwise, we always tend to come back home and enjoy life. So the 4th house is the home, the environment, the place where you sleep. There'll be no happiness and you'll be troubled in mind. That's what Brihat Jataka says. Faladipika also is on the same lines. The native will be unhappy without friends and relations and any land or house. He will also lose his paternal property. He's mentioning paternal property probably because the son rules father, or if you look at it from another point of view, the 4th house sun aspects the 10th here. If it is the 4th, it is the 10th. And this is somewhat related to the father's wealth because father is 9, and his wealth or whatever comes from the father usually is related to the 10th house. That may be the reason why he said this. Saravali says that the person will be unhappy without wealth and conveyances, paternal house. He'll squander away what he has and will be in the service of a wicked king. The wicked king may be a bad government, in most cases nowadays, except for a few good governments. And this may also mean indirectly that the person might work for a government. Chamatkar Chintamani says the native will always remain away from his native place. 4th house is also linked to your native place, your mother, the place where you originated, from where you started, because you start first from your mother, and therefore the native place is also linked to the mother. He will be defeated by his enemy and will have no peace of mind. So it looks like the sun in the 4th house is not a good place for him. Except, of course, if you refer to the conditions apply, this may all change.
I hope you have gained some knowledge in Vedic astrology by watching this video. And in case you have any doubts, please type them out in the comment section. And whenever I find the time, I'll answer them for you.